Hi, my name is Juliana, and I'm going to explain to you just a bit about what it means to use the team approach on a Housing First team. So essentially, we use the team approach because it's more efficient, it provides more support to the case managers and the social workers and everyone who's on the team. This way they don't have to feel as if they're sort of isolated and alone just with their own individualized caseload. But in fact, they have a whole team that's there to support them and to support the veterans that they are seeing. So the way we organize using a team approach, and this is one way, this is a whiteboard that many teams will use. There's other ways to do it, so this is just one example. But essentially, this board lays out 1 week of home visits. We've divided the home visits up based on geography: Northwest, Southwest, and Center City. And then what we have on the side here, these initials are all the initials of the clients that need to be seen on Monday in the Northwest, on Monday in the Southwest. And then what we do is we go through our morning meeting, or huddle, as some people refer to it. We figure out at the end of the meeting who is going to be seen, what staff member will be seeing the people in the Northwest, what staff member will see the people in the Southwest, and what staff member is going to see the people in Center City. And we do that each day. So each day we're having our morning meeting, and then at the end of the meeting we figure out who's going where. And just because you go to the Northwest on Monday, that doesn't mean the same staff member is going to go there the next day. So that's when we talk about the team approach, that we don't have any individualized caseloads, but in fact the entire team is responsible for having knowledge and understanding the goals and the needs of each of the veterans that they are serving. This would list anybody who's currently in the hospital. And for this team, they actually don't have anyone in the hospital right now, which is a great thing. Over here, deck shots. So these are all the people who are on a shot, such as Haldol or Risperdal, and they would need to get that, it might be every 2 weeks or once a month. So it lists the veterans' initials, and it also lists the dates when the next shot is due. And then down here, we've listed people who are currently incarcerated and the next time that they need to be seen. Because we want to make sure, so these people, since they're not currently on our weekly visit schedule, that they do not get missed. So just because someone might be in the hospital or incarcerated, we are still responsible for seeing them and providing service and supporting them, and perhaps even more so given that this potentially they're in crisis or having a very difficult time.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rajkumar. I'm a psychiatrist.
I'm Megan. I'm a nurse.
I'm Alexis. I'm a social worker.
I'm Barbara. I'm a caseworker.
I'm Rico. I'm a peer specialist.
I'm Lindsay. I'm a social worker.
I'm Linda. I'm the supported employment specialist.
Great. All right, you guys ready to start our meeting?
Yeah, sure.
Good. Okay, so our first person is Gregory Barnes.
Okay, I have that Mr. Barnes was actually seen last Thursday by Rico and was good, and actually have a scheduled visit for this week on Thursday.
Okay, good. And he's up there, so good. We'll figure that out then Thursday morning. Who's going to see him? Okay, wonderful. All right, our next person is Mr. Jones.
Okay. Says here, Mr. Jones was seen last week on Wednesday by Megan.
Yeah, I actually met with Mr. Jones and we focused on his objective of getting his diabetes under control and cleaning up his foot ulcer. He's really excited about dancing at his daughter's wedding, so it's a concern of his. So we reviewed his diet and we did a brief shopping trip. And we also talked about trying to reduce his beer consumption even further. I mean, he's doing great. He's down from 10 beers a day to 3 or 4.
Wow.
We really like to, yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, he's definitely making progress. So actually I'm supposed to meet with him next Wednesday so I can follow up and see how he's doing with those goals. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Jones needs a new script for his Alexa.
Okay, yes. You know what? Actually, I've been talking with Mr. Jones, and he's been having some anxiety and some trouble sleeping, and I'm going to actually go and meet with him in person and see if we can find something better for him than Alexa.
That's good.
Now, I was on call last night, and Mr. Jones's daughter, Brandy, she called. Mm-hmm. She was quite concerned. She couldn't get through because of he's a diabetic. She was concerned whether or not he had gone into a coma or if he was just drunk.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And so, what did you say to her? How did?
Well, I told her that we had checked on him during the course of the night and he was okay. So
Okay.
I reassured her.
And she was feeling okay after that?
She's feeling better.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably a good idea for us to go ahead and give Mr. Jones a call and ask him, just to encourage him to call his daughter and let him know she was concerned. Who'd be willing to make that call to Mr. Jones today?
I'll make that call. I'll make sure I give him a call.
That's great.
Mhm.
Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Our next person is Mr. Roberts.
Okay. Mr. Roberts was seen last Friday, and Rico, I think you went out to
Yep.
see him?
Yeah, I met with Mr. Roberts. He's basically focused on finding his son. He hasn't been in contact with him for over 6 months. So we find ways to maybe connect with the family to see if he can find his son. We talked about his feelings of excitement and rejection and that whole process and what he needs to think about. And we're supposed to see him next Monday.
That's great.
Actually, I was in contact with Mr. Roberts and his daughter. I found he has a daughter named Julia. So I'm actually going to reach out to her to see if she has had any connection or communication with Mr. Roberts' son to see if we can try and get that going.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, because ever since, like literally after the first 2 weeks of being in housing, this is what his goal has been. And he said to me that now that he has this safe place that's stable and that he actually has a phone number where people could leave a message, that he really wants to reconnect with his family and feels a lot of shame about sort of losing contact with them. So it sounds like great work that you all are doing. Okay, excellent. So let's keep moving because we don't have a lot of time here. Paula Campbell.
Yeah, I saw Paula on Monday. You know what, I'm really concerned about her. It seems like she's struggling. I found out she and her boyfriend just broke up, and her mother might be facing eviction. She's been saying a lot of things, sound like she might be at a breaking point.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like she's suicidal, but she's had a history of suicide, and I'm really worried about her.
A very significant history of suicide.
Yeah, and we
so-
need to up these visits. I'm really concerned. I think her drinking has increased. I saw a lot of empty bottles in her apartment.
Okay, which is another
Today.
risk factor. Yeah. So let's.
Actually, I'm headed out that way today. I can go see Paula. Her and I built quite a strong relationship, so I'll head out there today.
That would be great. Yeah, because you're going to the southwest, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Brett, can you put that up there?
Sure, I can add that.
Okay. Excellent. All right.
That's great.
Great. All right. Good work. Anything? You know what? Before you go out there, why don't Lindsay and you, we'll get together and just sort of talk about, what we should do, a little bit of a mini crisis plan, and then once you get there, why don't you give me a call